Wow, it has been a couple of strange weeks since I last made a video. And to be honest, I was really close to not making a video again this week. It's gone to shambles, really. When I left you guys, I had a ranking of 218. I then went very well the next week. I picked my rookies really well, had a couple mid-prices that went well, had a round ranking of 1,000, which is always good, so I jumped back up to 131. So for that week, I had traded out Ginby and Mackenzie and got in Chincotta and Day. I think I told you that in the last video. My plan going to the next week after round 7 was to either get a rookie off the field with I really wanted to jump on Will Power, and I think I should have, but I was just scared. It was a bit risky, so I decided to go Fergus Green to Atkins and then Setterfield to Stewart. And obviously it wasn't the greatest week to pick up Stewart, and I don't know, nothing really went my way, and I kind of feel like I'm chasing now. I had a stinker, had a round ranking of 20,000, which is by far the worst this year. Dropped me to 712, which really hurt. Zeeble actually saved me late. I don't really have anything. I mean, Jane Hunt keeps doing Jane Hunt things. He's been a great addition to my side. But when your bench just scores this well and you didn't field any of them, I mean, I looped Hollands but fielded Chandler over Atkins. Obviously, the big scores, but didn't have English, who went big. Didn't have Bradshaw. I don't know. It was just I just didn't pick my players, and 2 mistakes in keeping Brodie Grundy and fielding Chandler really fucked up my score. Probably shouldn't swear, but that's really what happened. And now I have absolutely no clue what to do this week. I haven't even loaded up my team, so maybe I'll just sort out my best 22. Probably just chuck Hollands on, I guess, or Atkins. Doesn't really matter which one. Or I'll do this. Chester might come back this week, which is good. So that's really my team at the moment without trades. Marshall could be out, people saying, but I don't think he will be. I have to somehow trade Brodie Grundy to someone or hold him, but I don't know. I'm stuck between trading Brodie Grundy to English. I don't really want to pay up that much, but I don't want to go to Max Gorn or anything. Don't want to go down to Pitney because I think DeConnie will be back. The people that traded in the Gold Coast players last week, they got rewarded, and they're probably going to keep getting rewarded because they're playing against West Coast this week. Really hurts. I didn't trust my gut and went Will Power, because I picked him up in both my drafts. Al and Dave, most of my rookies really need to go soon. I don't know what they're... So I think break even of 48, break even of 48, break even of 57, break even of 48. So they all need to go, really. Grundy has like a break even of 130, so he's going to drop even more cash if I hold him this week. He's playing against Hawthorn as well. Hawthorn, yeah, they restrict rucks, and Max Gorn's getting more more CVAs now. Bit of a shambles. I don't really know what to do. Warple probably got one more in him. Jane Hunt probably got one more in him unless he can go 90 again. Chase Jones probably got one more in him. I just got a lot of trade outs and I don't have enough trades to make it work. I wouldn't be surprised if I drop again this week. I'm just chasing tail. I'm really going to have to try and make ground up again at the buys. Just the complete opposite what happened to me last year. You know, last year I started outside the top 10,000 and then worked my way into it. But this year I feel like my team is just behind, and it was a matter of time before one bad week and I'm almost outside of the top 1,000, just like that, after being in it since round like 3. I need some luck. I need some luck from these players. Something interesting. I want to get in a couple players, but I can't get any of these rookies up to the primos I want. Got so many forced trades, having to trade out Setterfield last week. I mean, I probably should have held him in the end, even though his midfield time's gone. It's just, yeah, all over the place. I said I wasn't going to pick up Stewart this year because I thought he was going to get injured, and I've now had to pick him up multiple weeks late, when I could have picked him up instead of Sicily and banked 100 more K or whatever it was at the time when I traded him in. Yeah, it's not really much else to talk about today. It could be a week of carnage, really. I think injuries and whatnot might occur. I don't know if Atkins is going to keep his spot, even though he went well. I don't really. I think there's not really much to talk about. I guess I don't think you guys really want to sit here and listen to me complain, so maybe I'll talk about some scores. Maybe? No. Round 8. Okay, that's pretty... Yeah, Josh Dunkley back. If anyone picked up Chera. It was a pretty good pickup. I wouldn't be jumping on now though. Sam Dockley looks like he could be back, but he had lots of CBAs. I don't know if that's a role for him or not. I'd like to wait and see. He's still really expensive. Sam Walsh would have been a good pickup a couple of weeks ago. I think he's a bit too expensive now, especially with some of these underpriced options, which we'll get to later. Mark Pitney, I was looking at him last week and I just don't know. I haven't never seen him score this well before. I just don't know if he can keep it up. He's priced at like 60 something. It would be a good pickup if he can go 80 plus, but because I could get him and Butters or something like that for Grundy and Chandler, which would be a good trade if he goes 80 plus, but will that happen? Don't know. Not really too much more relevance in this game. Shy Bolton, not an option for Classic, unfortunately, at the moment anyway. He is getting the role. I just think he's a little too damaging and not a fantasy player, but no, what do I know, you know. Tim Taranto, you know, just getting it done, really. Being one of my good starting picks, to be honest, this year. Calling him Mr. Consistent. I'm not sure who they're playing next week. I'll go through that next to see if I'm going to VC him or captain him. Hopper, nah, not. He's not going to do that every week. He's been up and down. I wouldn't touch. Dom Sheed, good first game back. I think he's too expensive for what he's going to produce. Jaden Short, back in the role he scores in, probably going to be a top 6 defender if he keeps that all year. Probably want to get him in now. He's still down 20k. But, I don't know, it's a bit hard about defender status though. Liam Duggan, back in the midfield, scoring well. Wouldn't touch him though. What else I really want to talk about in this game? It's a bit of a boring game. I don't watch these games though, so I'm not really sure. Dawson, don't need to talk about him. Led, you know, he's down 139k. Probably the cheapest he's going to be. Was a couple of weeks ago. He's still cheap. If you want to spend up that much, do it, but I'd be looking elsewhere. Tom Stewart, I don't know if he got tagged or not. I didn't watch the game. Max Holmes. Max Holmes got a good role. I just don't know about his scoring capabilities, eh? Would have been a good pick up in draft. Again, not really much else in this game. Josh O'Shea, that hurts as an owner. I don't even look at this game, to be honest. Noah Anderson, gonna be a gun. Top 8 midfielder at the moment. Expensive though. Would have been good if you started him, I guess. Max Gawn, he's down 160k. I don't know whether to trade him in or not. I just don't know. I don't know. I didn't even want to get Grundy in the first place because of this dual ruck setup, but Wits being laid out forced me. Does Will Power's name only have one L in it? Huh. Didn't know that. Yeah, I've already talked about him. I don't want to talk about him anymore because it's going to make me a bit upset, but Does McPherson would have been a good pickup if you started him, 237k. Clayton Oliver still on his ton run. Fiorini, I don't like the role, but I mean, can you argue with the scores he's put off in the last couple? Probably not. I mean, I did pick up Chase Jones, who's got probably a worse role than him, so can't really be one to talk. Already talked about Atkins. I think he'll score if he's in the team, but not sure. I don't want to scroll down anymore because Chandler's all the way down at the bottom. Brayshaw, big, he's back. Cheap as he will get. If you want Brayshaw specifically, get on him now. Luke Jackson, I don't know what to think about this. I don't know if that's because they're resting Darcy a little bit more, but I wouldn't look into that too much. Bit of a disappointing game for me, other than did Warble finish on 78? Wow. I was looking at this game I was looking at this game while I was at the footy club after my footy game, and he was going great in the first half. Interesting. All day, he'll score better than that most weeks. I think it was a bit of a lackluster game. Sarong, I don't think he's going to be a top 10 midfielder with pressure playing the way he does. Erasmus, I don't know if he's getting a bit too expensive now, but he could be an option if you really wanted to avoid these lower end rookies. He's getting CBAs and stuff, so I wouldn't be against it. I'm not going to talk about Sicily. Frustrating. Go to the next game then. I'm not going to talk about English. You guys know what the deal is about that, I guess. Tom Green going to be a top midfielder. Lockie Whitfield looks back. Again, didn't watch this game, so I can't really comment too much on why he went that well. I'd be very cautious though if you're going to jump on. I don't think he's going to be a top 6 defender, but that's my opinion. Bont owners, well done. I can't believe I started McRae over Bont. Haynes, it would have been good if you picked him up at the start, I guess. Up 200k, that's crazy. Josh Kelly, that's a score that he'll just put up here and there. What's his ceiling been like this year? Yeah. Other than that horse game, he's been pretty good, really. Also started him, but he got injured or concussed. Batty Smith looks to be back a bit, down 120k. I'd like to see a couple CBAs, but I don't know. He could still go 100 not playing midfield, so let's wait and see. Lockie Ash would have been another good pickup, 108k on his head. Bulldogs allow a lot to defenders though, so wouldn't look into it too much. Jack McRae, I'm not talking about it. Cogs, I think he'll be better than that most weeks. I don't know. I didn't watch this game as I said before, but it might have just been a down game from him. He's been going pretty well the last couple of weeks, so wouldn't worry too much for owners. And Angwin will probably get dropped this week, and I'm hoping maybe Faye comes in, but don't know. Right, Sunday games. Actually went to this game, so this is a game of footy I did watch. Zach Merritt looks to be back. Don't know if you jump on him now. I think Brayshaw. Yeah, I think Brayshaw and maybe Callum Mills are probably better value, or a Butters. I don't know. I'm worried about Butters. I do want to kind of bring him in, but then again, kind of don't want to bring him in either. He's going to give you headaches. Yeah, not sure. The surprising one of this game is Dylan Williams. Port actually want to get the ball into Dylan Williams' hands, and they're willing to play Darcy Byrne-Jones up forward, and he actually looks good up forward. So I think the role and job security is there. He's got a break even of -2. If you're willing to pay up, this would be the one that I would. I just don't know if he's going to score that good again. I don't know. They've got North coming up, but he did only score 30 something against West Coast, but I think he got vested. I think he could go maybe a 70 against North Melbourne. And I'm not sure about the rest. And their buys by around 15. So you'd kind of want to hold him up until that bye. So, do you think... I mean, he'll probably make cash, but I don't know. He could be a play if you don't want to put him on your field for all those weeks, but... I mean, the Bulldogs allow defenders to score, and North could be a big one. Apart from that, I'm not quite sure how he's going to go. The good thing is he doesn't play at GMHBA. So he should still go right against the Catters. I don't know. I kind of wanted to do it, but it depends on my other trade, really. The only other option is that Jury from North, he went alright, so yeah, I'll be picking up either Drury or Williams probably, depending on what cash I have from the other trade I make. Yeah, talked about Setterfield. That's really it, I guess. Yeah. This is an interesting game. So, Luke Parker is 767k, and he's finally getting midfield time, and he's going big. Like, he's going big. I think it's almost time that you have to jump on now. Same as a Callum Mills, you probably have to jump on as soon as possible. The only issue is they have a round 12 bye, so unfortunately I'm kind of loaded in that bye. So unless I trade out another person with that bye, I probably won't be able to get them. I wanted to get Parker this week, but doesn't look like it's going to happen, unfortunately. But hopefully that gives you guys some help if you're looking at them or trying to pick between the two. I would probably go... I actually don't know who I'd go. Parker is cheaper, but we know what Callum Mills can do. I just haven't seen it from Mills, really. I mean, I know he went 110, but it was a very late 110. He looked like he wasn't going to get there in the end. I think he definitely will. He's priced at like 90, 92. So, I'd probably lean towards Callum Mills. Oh, it's a tough one. Flip a coin, really. Flip a coin. You know, hopefully they both got right, but a bit hard to pick between the two, I guess. Dacos got tagged in this game. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be as prolific a scorer as what he was in the first handful of games, but see, Jack Zeeble probably won't do that again for the year. He always has one of these scores. He'll probably go 70 next week. Wouldn't surprise me. Liam Stocker, that's kissed on the bums of the people that held him. I'm not sure what he's really doing though. He goes a 60 and a 50 the week before and a 60 before that. Be kind of hurting you a little bit. Wangane Miller, actually have him in draft. Was very hot on this guy at the start of the year, and if he had defender status at the start of the year, I probably would have picked him. But I might have picked him over Will Day, so take out that, probably would have been a worse selection, so might have got lucky there. Sheasel, he'll keep doing that. Marshall should bounce back, only 67% time of ground. He'll be fine. Sinclair playing midfield. Not sure it helps his scoring, but again, he might have not really tried in this game, wasn't really needed. LDU, got to get rid of him. He's got to go. He was underpriced at the start of the year, and he's dropped price from that, so yeah. Well, that's all the games for this week. I'll go through maybe some of the Yeah, playing on a Friday night. Do I have the balls to VC Toronto against Geelong? Wait, hold on. Oh, this is the... Is there a Thursday night game this week? Oh, there's a 2... Oh... I did see this the other week. There's a 2 Friday night games. That's going to be a boring Friday night game. Anyway. If I don't VC... Oh. Okay. If I don't VC Toronto, I'll probably VC maybe a Rosie. Bit hard to tell. Might Captain Dawson and VC Rosie. I don't really feel safe VCing Goulden. I might VC Taranto then. You know, he's scored 100 in every single one of his games, so probably the safest one. Alright, well, that's it for this week. Hopefully, if I make a video next week, I'm back closer to where I was the week before. Highly doubt it, though. I think I'm going to have to try and fix up some things before the bye and try and make a push for hat during and after the buys. So yeah, that will just be my focus on these next couple of weeks. Alright, cheers.